I was just so fed up. I was so tired. And I was having contractions, so I already knew trying to get epidural again, getting stuck again, and then having contractions on top of it. Hey y'all, so let me tell you how my labor and delivery went with Zen. We're so happy to be home. But yes, this labor is something I'm not gonna forget. I have many stories from this labor. This is my last. I guess they say the best for last, but no more kids. This was it. So it was Monday, June the 10th. I was having contractions. It was about 4 minutes apart. I was 4 centimeters dilated. I went to my doctor and I got checked or whatever, got hooked up to the monitor, and okay, you're having a contraction every 4 minutes, 4 centimeters dilated. I'm gonna send you home. So they sent me home Monday, June, like I said, it was June 10th. They sent me home that Monday. And Tuesday, I woke up, I'm feeling off. Like, I'm just like, okay, something is not right. It's about that time. I feel like I'm about to have a baby. Like, my energy levels wasn't all the way jolly anymore. I was just like this, just like, something's not right. And this is my 4th baby, so I know when something isn't right. Anyway, so it's Tuesday, June 11th, and I woke up not feeling like myself, but I didn't want to go back to the doctor, you know, because they made me feel like I didn't know what I was talking about. And the fact that they sent me home Monday and for me to go back the next day, they said, oh, well, come back when you're in really bad pain. So I'm like, I'm in pain. So, yeah, I didn't want to deal with that again. So Tuesday, I just stayed home. I went for a walk. I walked about like a mile. I bounced on the pregnancy ball. And I went to YouTube and I did some kind of a little labor exercise thing, whatever, video for 10 minutes. So I was just trying to prepare myself to like actually really have a baby. So Tuesday, stay home. I was thinking about going to the hospital, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna just kick it, whatever. Wednesday, June 12th, I woke up that morning. It's about like 8 something that morning. I woke up and I was just like, yeah, I'm still feeling off. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to the hospital. Forget going to Tenova where I was getting all my OBGYNs, you know, all my whatever, doctor's appointments, whatever. That's who I was going to. So I said, forget that. I'm going to the hospital where I know they will listen to me. Plus I had my other 3 kids at Fort Sanders, and the experience was pretty good. So Wednesday came. I was like, okay, I just need to go get the baby checked. I need to see what's going on, make sure she's moving, because she really she wasn't moving like that. Yeah, and I just felt weird. So I went to the emergency room, waited for about an hour. They got me up to labor and delivery, and I got in the gown, went to triage, got in the gown, changed whatever to get hooked up to the monitors to be, I guess, just monitored to see my contractions, her heart rate, and also had to click the little button to see like every time she moved. So we're there, whatever, we're hooked up to the monitor, laying in bed, and the RN the nurse comes in, and she's so sweet, so nice. I mean, she's listened to what I gotta say. She checked me. Okay, I'm 4 centimeters dilated. You know, I'm having contractions. I stayed on there for about an hour, and then they said, I know. She comes back in there with a doctor. The doctor checked me, and I'm 4 centimeters dilated. They're like, you're having a baby. And I was just, it got real. It got really real. Like I was already nervous, but I was like, oh snap, we're about to have a baby. I wasn't even going in the hospital Wednesday to have a baby. I just wanted to see, you know, make sure she's okay. But yeah, so anyways, about that time, it's about 12 something. They didn't have no wheelchair, so I walked over to the labor and delivery, my room, and they went ahead and hooked up the IV. So by then it's probably about like 1 something. Hook up the IV in my wrist, which I guess the wrist is okay, but it hurt. It took like hours for me to get used to it. The IV in my wrist, but so I'm just laying there getting out of my little fluid. It was okay. Let me know when you want the epidural. I was like, okay, I'll let you know. Hey MZN crew, it's MZN mom, and we're here in the hospital. We are 38 weeks and 2 days. We're so excited for baby Zen to get here. We just got our water broken, so she'll be arriving sometime today. And I have here, we got Corey. And then we got Naya, my best friend Naya over there cracking up. Yeah, she ain't never been on no vlog, so she think this weird. But anyways, yep, excited. So we've been contracting since, I guess, 2 days ago. So I'm still kind of like at a 4.5-ish. I don't think I was a 5 yet. And I was just like, okay, I can feel my contractions. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the epidural. That way I can get the catheter. And then after I get the epidural and all that, they'll then break my water. So let me tell y'all, I had to get epidural 2 times. Like, 2 different times. It was horrible. But the first time, okay, so I'm already just nervous. I'm shaking just from being like my nerves or whatever. I know what to expect, but I do not like getting epidural, and I wasn't trying to have a natural baby natural. Like, no. So anyways, got my epidural first time. The guy, he stuck me in my back 3 different times. 3 different times. So I'm shaking and I'm leaned over like this, getting my epidural, and I'm just 3 different times, whatever. Hurt. And he was like, do you feel any ringing? And I was like, no. Like, I've never been asked if I feel any ringing after getting an epidural. Like, So it kind of threw me off. I was like, no, I'm good, whatever. All right, so I had to lay flat after getting the epidural. And about like an hour after getting the epidural, my feet were numb, my legs were numb, but then my blood pressure dropped badly. Like, it dropped really bad. Like, I was just sitting there and I was like, getting lightheaded. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm feeling weird. And my epidural, I mean, when I get epidural with my other ones, like, my blood pressure did like drop, but this one was so different. And to remind you, I didn't eat breakfast because I just thought I was gonna go to the hospital to get checked and be back home. So I haven't had any kind of food. I just been eating ice chips at this point. So yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so I was getting epidural, so I'm laying down flat, whatever, and I start feeling my blood pressure drop. So I'm laying there, and it got so bad, like I broke out in a sweat. I think I kind of freaked the nurse out because I was freaking out. I couldn't see, and when I did chop my eyes, I was seeing like triple whatever what I was looking at, and then I just couldn't breathe. You know, it was hard. And then Zen's heart rate dropped. Oh, so they had to hit the button and give me, I think it was a ephedrine, something like that. I think ephedrine. So that medication, whatever, to help my blood pressure. And I got back to normal. So it was cool. That was the first, like, oh, hell no. This is not going as smooth as my others. I'm ready to go ahead and get this over with. Like, anyways. So I'm back good. Zen's heart rate is good. We're strong. So they broke my water. I am now 5 centimeters dilated. So we're just, guess waiting. I have epidural. I'm not trying to feel no pains. Yeah. So my water's still coming out. It's all warm. And I guess they'll come in later to check again to see how far I dilated. And baby Zen will be here today. We are now 6 centimeters dilated, making progress. Oh. And then about another hour later, I started feeling my feet. I started feeling my legs. Next thing you know, I started feeling those contractions. It was rough. I was at that point. I was probably like either between like I think it was about 7 centimeters dilated, something like that. And those contractions were no joke. Like, I couldn't talk, I couldn't breathe. I'm just like in pain. So I asked the nurse, can she give me a little dose of the epidural, whatever it is, to, I just need another dose or something. And she hit it. She's like, okay, give about 15 minutes. Man, 15 minutes and 1 second went by, and I was still in pain. And she called the anesthesiologist in there, and by this time it was another guy. He an older guy who's been, you know, it was just shift change. So he said he's been doing it for 20 years. The other first guy who gave me the epidural, he was a little young. So anyway, so the second guy came in. He was really nice. He got some kind of syringe thing. He was gonna put some medicine or something in my epidural. When he did that, I was just laying back, because when I did it, I felt like Venom. Like, you know how Venom, you hit the bell or whatever, he like freaks out, whatever. I heard a ringing noise throughout my ears, my head, my whole body. And I just was like, I said, no, stop, it's ringing. I look over, the syringe is filling up with my blood. And he had to then go backwards and, you know, pull out whatever medicine he was putting in my veins. Come to find out, the first epidural moved over into a blood vessel. So the first anesthesiologist had me all the way messed up. So then the guy was like, okay, either I was gonna have to get the epidural out. Well, either way, I was gonna have to get the epidural out. It was in my blood vessel. That's a no-no. So I had to get it out and get another one or push normal. I'm at natural. So I was like, by that time I cried. I was just so fed up. I was so tired. And I was having contractions, so I already knew trying to get epidural again, getting stuck again, and then having contractions on top of it. It was horrible. Again, horrible. So I was like, go ahead and take it out. You gotta take the epidural out anyways. Then I'm just like, go ahead and give me another epidural, because I was already in pain. I didn't want to push naturally. And so I took it out, put another one in, but I'm having contractions. I'm just like shaking, shaking, having contractions, trying not to tense up, leaning over, having contractions. And he put it in correctly. It was kind of hard because I was going against the needle, but he got it right. Had me right the second time. So really it was 4 times getting stuck with epidural, or from the needle to get epidural 4 times, but 2 times in total, whatever. So yeah, I get the epidural. Here, contracting. I just had to get a second, had to redo my whole epidural. It wore off. It went to the blood vessel. So I had to get it redone. But now I'm good. Laying back, flat on my back. And it kicked in. Feet are tingling. Soon we'll get checked to see how far we've been dilated. And I'm ready to get this over with. Ready to go push this baby out. I'm good. Like, you know, I'm feeling my feet get back numb. Like 15 minutes later, feet back numb, legs numb. We're good to go. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there chilling. I got family. I got Corey in there. I got my best friend Naya. And I got Tasha, Corey's cousin. She's in there. She was in there with Gazi, so she's in there this time as well. You know, we in there hanging out with the nurses. It's cool. Cracking up laughing. Got me some ice, chips / water, and we're just sitting here. I got a peanut ball between my legs to help dilate, I think, push the baby down. But yeah, it is, what time is it, y'all? 7:30. It's 7:30. We've been in here for 6 hours and still no baby, but we're getting close. But yeah, never again. And then it was about time to, the nurse came in and checked me. She was like, oh, I believe we're about to 10. Wait a minute. Like, I didn't even get time to rest, really. And then another nurse checked, and she said, yeah, we're 10. It's about time to push. So, like, I was like, what? I'm pushing? Wait, it's about time to push? Like, I got hella questions. Like, I haven't done this before. But I was so nervous. So, yeah, it's time to push, whatever. And I just remember, like, my support team was there. My support team was cool. Like, I had Corey's mom on the phone, Corey's sister on FaceTime. They were all, so I felt like everybody was there with me. It was dope. But the pushing part, I felt everything. I had epidural, but I had felt the ring of fire. Zane got a big head, like a really big head. It's not really that big, but oh my gosh, I felt it. I was just like, it hurt. They was like, don't push at your face, push with your bottom. I'm like, I'm still. But yeah, it was, you know, by the time she came out though, it was awkward. Her mom, I'm like, okay, we good. So she laid on my chest, and I just see my baby, and she was calm. She was like happy, you know what I mean? yeah, she been smiling since day one. I felt complete. I was so tired. By the time I got done pushing, I was like, where's my cheeseburger? Where's my food? Because I'm hungry. But yeah, having Zen, that whole thing was great. Outside of like blood pressure dropping and having to get epidor twice, but still 4 times altogether. Outside of that, it was great. The hospital stay. So the hospital stay, we went over to, you know, after having her, they weighed her and all that stuff. We done skin to skin for a while. We had to go over to postpartum and stay just for a day. Well, a day and a half, because we had her at 8:45 p.m. on June the 12th. And 7 pounds, 14 ounces, 19 inches long. So she was a good, healthy baby. She passed all her little tests she had to get done, hearing tests, or, you know, all of that stuff to leave the hospital. So we left the hospital, got to go home. It was like 3 o'clock, about time we left on Friday, June the 14th. Yeah, we got home. I was so ready to get home. Like, the hospital stay was cool. Oh, but let me tell you, my nurses, oh my God, my nurses, what I just appreciate them so much. From the first nurse I had, Chelsea, she was great. She took care of me, hooking me up and everything. And then the night shift nurse came in, Elisa, I think is her name, Elisa. She was super, super cool. Like, cracked up with her. She was cool. And then when I got over to postpartum, I got Trinice and India. Well, really it's Trinice, but India was coming in too. Those 2 ladies are 2 of my clients. So it was so cool for them to then take care of me and be there for me and my baby. That really meant a lot to me. It kind of got me a little emotional. I was like, okay, you're going to be in there with Trinice. She's going to be in there postpartum. Like, oh, it's so sweet. But I appreciate my nurses so much. The doctor who delivered the baby. Fort Sanders is actually really good. Like, I thought Tanova was it, but Tanova started tripping at the end, like they didn't believe what I was saying. So, like, I know my body. So I'm going to somewhere where I know it's going to take care of me. I had all 3 of my other babies there. Yeah. But yeah, outside of the stay at the hospital, it was cool just to everybody coming in and out. The room was super tired. But today is a week. I'm a week postpartum. Zena has been doing nothing but eating, sleeping, and pooping, sharting, whatever. But she's growing. It's my baby girl. The kids are so happy to see her. They are so happy. The first time I may seen her, got to hold her, was at home, and she just, I don't know, she was, maybe I don't really have emotion. Like, she's a tough girl. But she's like, I'm about to cry. You know, she's holding Zen. Her eyes, she got these big old eyes, and they just got watery. It was a beautiful moment. She wanted a sister so bad, and God really blessed us with a sister. We feel complete. So we got 2 girls, 2 boys. That's it. Like, no more kids. No more kids. Yeah, and let's see. Zion got to hold her. Zion held her first. And Zion loved his sister. He feels so good to be a big brother to a little sister. Gazi loves her too. Yeah, the boys are just, Zen's gonna be spoiled, just know that much. Zen is going to be spoiled. Like, haven't been on YouTube in a while to make my video. The pregnancy was just, I was at the miserable state. I was ready to get it over with. But here we are, 1 week postpartum. And we're back at it, ready to take over with these vlogs, ready to take over with these videos. I feel good. I'm finally not pregnant. Like, yes, I'm ready to bounce back to myself. I'm ready to start working out, ready to start running, ready to start toning. Yes, I'm ready to get it right. If you don't mind to subscribe to our channel, we definitely appreciate it. We look forward to the future videos of getting it going. I'm not pregnant no more, so I'm ready to be adventurous and have fun. Peace out.